Oh, hello and welcome back. It's the return of my channel. Hi, y'all. It's Mars here, aka Minti Varieties, and that's Minti with an I, not a Y. And I am known as the freshest queen in Kansas City, Missouri. And in today's video, I will be doing my signature drag look. Okay. First of all, before we get this video started, it has literally been 4 years since I've done a YouTube video. And baby, I was looking back at them old videos. Honey. Do I look like Kim Kardashian? Why can't I fucking get this shit to fucking work? Baby, a girl didn't even have a career. A girl didn't even have a gig. A girl wasn't doing nothing with her life, okay? But just trying to make it. And I love to see it because you can clearly see that I was hungry for the career that I got now. So basically in today's video, I will be doing my makeup and I will basically be giving you a life update in where I am now compared to where I was then, okay? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this mug. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, here we go. Already spilling shit. Anyway, ooh. Already cussing. Anyway, so I'm gonna start by prepping my face. Running out of shit. Always running out of shit. This is also a disclaimer. Still to this day, this is not a makeup tutorial. This is just how I do my do. I have changed the way I do my makeup a lot. I basically change the way I do my makeup every time I do my makeup, but I have been steady in the way that I've been doing it lately. So let's just see how it turns out, okay? Now I'm about to start with my base foundation. Oh. First of all, let me take this. Oh! I am right now getting settled into my new place. So if I get to moving things around a lot and just like looking for stuff, I am in a new environment and I am trying to learn it, okay? Also first, I'm already messing up on this little process that I'll be doing. We're just gonna leave this little foundation right here and we're gonna put in my contacts. I still put in my contacts first because my eyes still love to water. All right, now that I have my contacts in, we're gonna go ahead and spread this foundation that I got sitting right here all around the face. So while I'm spreading out this foundation, let's catch up a little bit. So basically now I am clocking in at 5 years of doing drag. Girl. And basically what I can say is it's everything that I dreamed of. Like this career that I've built for myself is everything and more. But like I was saying, I've been doing drag now for 5 years and basically I've been living it up, literally taking it every day at a time and taking every opportunity that's given to me and excelling at it. All right, now that the base is done, I'm gonna go ahead and start adding in my highlight area. And while I do that, I'm gonna say a couple of my accomplishments. I've made so many accomplishments like in the last 4 or 5 years. I've literally been able to perform at multiple venues like the Midland Theater, the Uptown Theater. I performed at the Royal Stadium. I've literally performed in all types of spaces that are just like big, bitch, like for real. That's not basically what the video is about. The video is about growth. Like, since I've started, I've literally become a full-time entertainer. I am a full-time drag queen now. I've been full-time for at least 3 years. I keep a job in the back pocket, honey. You know, you gotta keep a job in the back pocket. And also, disclaimer, if you don't know me that well, don't know me that much, you can visit my first video. It's kind of cringy, but I told you everything that you need to know about who I am today, okay? And it's a little... Baby, I had no energy in that video, but the entertainer and the person that I am now and today, you know, she shows a little bit more enthusiasm. Back to what I was doing, the highlight areas. I still love for my highlight areas to go straight back and pulled up. I love to give a fresh off the table look. All right, now that I have the base highlight laid down, I'm gonna go in with some more highlight using Clown White. Behind the aura, behind the aura. Okay, while I'm laying this Clown White, I'm gonna do some more catching up. What else has happened in the last 4 years? I have been able to perform with some celebrity guests. I've been able to open for Chapel Roan twice now. The first time I opened for her was at the Midland Theater. It was for her Pink Pony Club tour. And it was me as entertainer and my sister Carmela as host. And it was also, girl, I can remember these names. I got this. Miss Otra. She's from St. Louis, who was in that show. And girl, it was crazy. It was literally packed down to the house. It was at least 10,000 people there. And I did like a good old nasty 7-minute long Kesha mix, and I definitely lived it up. And I basically lived out my 12-year-old dreams doing that, because if you know me, baby, you know I love some Kesha, honey, some 2010s tunes. So I did a whole Kesha mega mix and slayed. I slayed so hard that when they called me back, they asked me to host, okay? So then I opened up for her this year on her Visions of Damsels and Dangerous Things tour, which was basically like a pop-up show that she did here in Kansas City and California and some other places. And I was the hostess for night one.
Well, I am known as the freshest bitch in Kansas City!
Girl, if I told you that I lived it up the first time I did it, the second time I did it, baby, I squeezed that lemon for all its juice. I did a Hannah Montana / Miley Cyrus mix. And baby, it was honestly iconic. Ask about it. And doing the Hannah Montana Miley Cyrus number was just such a love letter to my young self, because growing up, I literally can remember watching the premiere of Hannah Montana, and basically, baby, I was just, you know, just a little gay boy that was just trying to live the dream. And I feel like I'm living the dream now, especially like doing those types of things for myself and dedicating all these little love letters to my younger self while being a drag entertainer. Now that I have these highlight points laid, I'm gonna go in with my liquid dark contour, which is just black. But yes, literally opening for Chapel both times was such a dream come true. And honestly, being able to perform and have a voice in front of over 35,000 people is something that I really truly feel like I will never get again in my life, and I will always be thankful for that opportunity. Chapel is not the only artist that I've been able to perform with in the last 4 years. I've also been able to perform on Pride with Tinashe, which was crazy because I've always grown up listening to her music, and it really felt like a dream when it was happening, just because when you get opportunities like that, it's hard to like really live in the moment just because it goes so fast. So even with that opportunity, it felt like I really didn't even like understand the fact that I just performed with somebody that I've always loved and enjoyed growing up. I definitely like that moment was something that I reflected on after it happened, which is why now when I get opportunities like that, I'm such a bask in the moment. I've also been able to open for an up and coming artist. Her name is Molly Grace. And basically, baby, if I'm just about to be that opening act girl, then give me the job. And baby, if you couldn't tell, the makeup has stepped up 1,000 times. Like I said, baby, I don't know what I was really trying to do with YouTube when I first started, because baby, I had not a gig, not a freaking direction. I had no idea what I was really going to be doing with my drag career, and it was just so funny. And it's so funny to go back and watch those videos because I was faking it till I made it, and baby, I'm starting to make it a little bit. All right, so now I'm going to go in and sharpen up some of these lines and make sure that this FFS that I'm giving myself is right. As an up-and-coming local drag entertainer, I've really prided myself in the grind. I feel like that I've been grinding since I've hit the ground, basically. Like, now I've worked at Hamburger Mary's for like the last 3 or 4 years, and I've just was grinding every gig that I had. I started as a dollar girl, and now I've become like a main spot entertainer. And basically, I've just always fought for the spot that I've gotten now. And I'm a host at Hamburger Mary's. I host the open show for all the up and coming entertainers, which I love to do because as a person that is still up and coming, I feel like you're always up and coming. I like to give people that outlet to show their drag at whatever state it's at, because when I started, there was little opportunities, but I want to make sure that the opportunity is seen, heard, and for everybody to come out and do it, especially if you really, really, really want to, okay? So make sure that you check out Spotlight at Hamburger Mary's. It's the first Wednesdays of the month, and I am the hostess. And I'm also a hostess at Missy B's on the second Fridays of the month, where I do Clash of the Ages with my drag auntie Iman Michaels. But I also host the viewing parties on Friday nights at 7 p.m. for RuPaul's Drag Race. And the new season's coming out, so baby, I need y'all all there to see the new season of RuPaul's Drag Race. So basically, yeah, I'm working. So now I'm going to go in and I am going to set all the highlight areas first. All right, now that I've set in my highlight areas, I'm going to go in and I'm going to set my contour areas with a dark eyeshadow, yeah. So like I was saying a little bit earlier, I pride myself in being a on the grind girl. So I'm very competitive in my drag. I've done so many competitions in Kansas City. I've done every competition in Kansas City that there was that I could do. I've done Rule the Stage, I've done Drag Survivor twice. And then in my first season of Drag Survivor, I had to drop out sadly because I got in a car accident, but a bitch came back with vengeance, and I came back for my second season of Drag Survivor and took the dub, okay? So I was in season 7/All-Stars 2 of Drag Survivor. Please go look up Drag Survivor KC on Instagram and you can see all the highlight reels and all the videos from it. And then I came back for season 9 and I took the win. And it was like, honestly, like, I want to say it was like one of my first like competition wins. Like I've done competitions in school where I did like, you know, musical theater competitions or cooking competitions, but I never was able to take that win. So when I got my win for Drag Survivor, it honestly just felt so validating and it felt so good because like in this career, you have to always stay on the grind. I literally will say it all the time. It's a grinding thing. Like you are an entrepreneur, you are working for yourself. So you always have to put yourself out there and, you know, be the entertainer that you want to be entertained by. Okay? Look at me. Bitch, I'm a poet. But no, so yes, I've won Drag Survivor. Check the check. Okay, check the check. So baby, yes, I'm just basically on the grind and trying to take as many titles as I can. I really feel like it might just be time for me to dip into some pageants or something, but I feel like I need to exit my party girl era before I try to get somebody's crown. Cause I just really just see myself getting stripped of a title right now. But I'm gonna get it together and I'm gonna get my, you know, get my shit together. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to get into on this mug is I'm going to highlight and blush. And I've really been into highlight and blush. Like my face has literally just been highlight and blush lately. So let me just, put it on. Okay. And now that I have my base blush basically set on top of these cheeks, I'm going to set my highlight areas. All right, and that is our base. Okay. So next thing that I'm going to get started on is I'm going to start with my brows and I'm going to do my eyes. Actually, I'm going to adjust this scarf. Ooh. All right. I got my little blanked out mirror. I ain't going to get no copyright on this video. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my brow. What I like to do with my brow is I like to just use a eyeliner and then I fill it in with eyeshadow. All right, those are the brows that we're going for today. I'm going to basically bush out the front now. And a little bit more on life now. Last time that y'all were seeing in the videos, I was working at Home Depot. I have sadly left Home Depot after giving 7 years of my life to them. But I just had to, Actually, I didn't have to. So listen, I had an out-of-town gig that I really wanted to go to, and a girl didn't have PTO time, and I was going to the gig. I came back from the gig, I tried to go to work, I tried to clock in, it didn't work, so I left, and I didn't return. Honestly, it wasn't too much of a loss just because I was so consistent in where I was in my drag at that point. I just basically became a full-time drag queen. But now these days, I do work PRN as a receptionist. Girl, you thought I was about to be... Baby, I served all them years at Home Depot, lifting all that mulch, lifting all that quickcrete, lifting all that sand, lifting all that plywood. Baby, I'm about to sit up at the desk. So now I am a receptionist at a place unknown to you. I'm not telling where I work. That's how you keep your job. All right, so now I'm gonna set this under eye moment with some translucent powder. And I'm gonna go ahead and bush out the front of the brow. Okay, so now that I've gotten done with the full base of my makeup, I'm going to be getting started on my eye. Before I get started on my eye, I have to indulge in some legal things that are legal here. So I'll be right back. Alrighty, I am back and I am lifted and I am ready to get started on this eyeball situation. So basically what I want to go in with for this eye is my signature eye. I am really obsessed with the color blue on me and it's become like Minti Varieties signature color. And a lot of my looks are blue. Is that a problem? I don't think so. I think it's cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on this eye. I'm gonna start with like a yellowy base and then I'm gonna go in with my blues. And for me, the eye is just a bling game. You go back and forth until you're satisfied with it. All right, now that I have the base color for my eyes, on, I'm gonna go ahead and cut my crease, okay? And the crease is very important to me because I've done this crease that I do. This is like my signature eye, and basically it kind of like shapes out to be like butterfly wings, a lot of people compare it to, but what it reminds me of is actually very lore of me. I grew up watching WWE, and it kind of reminds me of the Divas Championship, the way it like curves out. But everything that I like about my face is very angular. Like I like everything to go up because it just pulls my face back and it just makes me look so nice. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut that crease with the clown white and then fill it in with like a highlight or like a shimmer, something shiny. I'm trying to well, as I'm cutting this crease, I'm trying to like figure out what else to catch y'all up on basically. It's not been too much going on, you know. As a normal person, you go through things in life, like, you know, new relationships, breakups, and you gotta like thrive in that. And I feel like one thing about me, like as a drag entertainer, I feel like you always have to pride yourself in being happy and giving off a certain, like, what's the word? Decorum? That's not the a certain, basically a certain look, like a certain feeling. Like I wouldn't want to go anywhere and just show that I'm going through things, but also that works for me just because like I have such a strong exterior and I love to come off happy, and because I'm always happy, I really am. But I don't show emotions a lot. So I'm weird in that way, and honestly, like having drag as that escape really like helps me deal with that because it makes it feel like I can deal with it within my own time because I have this life that I've created for myself to escape from that feeling for a while from until I'm ready to deal with it. So I'm really happy for the fact that I was able to have this beautiful distraction in front of me to like help me deal with my regular life when I want to deal with it. So what I'm gonna do now is fill in this eye with what I wanna fill it in with, shimmer, highlighter, whatever in the color sequence. And then I'm going to show you what I do to really define the crease and really give it the sharp effect. Where's my, I feel like I've really been exposing myself. Where's my headscarf? Be right back. Okay, now I feel better. Oh my gosh, I had y'all all in my business. Like, ooh. All right, so now that I have the inner crease done, I'm gonna show you how I give it the butterfly effect, I guess is what we'll call it. This is the one makeup product that I cannot live without. It is my NYX white liner, and it honestly just does the job, okay? But you have to be very precise with her and very nice to her. You can't just be gunk, 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 dipping it in and just expecting it to do that. You have to be gentle, and you have to be, you know, one with the pen and one with the elements. And let me put this liner on. All right, and there is the butterfly liner. Okay. So yeah, I basically just take my white liner and I draw that. Oh. So now I'm gonna go ahead and fill in the rest of my. Under eye and put liner on, and then move on to the next step. All right, I got my under eye makeup done. What else do I want to talk to y'all about? Basically, a new goal of mine for the next year and ongoing is to be more present, basically make more content and just get my face out there as much as I can. I'm going to be trying to do more YouTube videos. I'm also going to be trying to work on more fun things like music. I recently just had a song come out I'm on the remix of House Down Boots by Regina Del Carmen. I'm gonna put the link below so you can see that music video. And I'm just excited to like show more skill within my drag career, and that's what I'm gonna probably be trying to work on. And you'll see more videos. I'm hopefully gonna be getting some fun reaction videos and maybe like some fun like try this with me videos. Basically, if you have any like recommendations or anything that you would like to see from me, please let me know because I'm really down to do about anything. I'm in a new space. I'm feeling really good in life right now, and I just really just want to, share my life and share my art and have a good time. You know what I mean? But now I'm gonna go in with my liners and line this shit. All right, so that's basically it for the eye. So now I'm gonna go in with some details, which is on my nose first. So now I'm gonna go in with even more highlighter everywhere. And then I'm gonna do my lips. And basically that'll be the mug. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna go ahead and get into this lip. And that's the lip. So basically this is the mug, but I gotta take it there and I'm not done. So now I'm gonna be adding some stonage. I've really been getting into stones lately. I feel like I've always like worked with stones, but I've really like been stoning out lately, and stones are really in right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and stone my face, and I'm gonna go from this to this. You see it, you love it. A little stonage, honey, a little soapy touch. So yeah, added a couple of stones, and now it's time for my finishing regimen, which is hairspray and setting spray. But I gotta get my favorite glitter hairspray. But basically, in this life update, all I can say at the end of the day is life's great. Living good, feeling good, eating good, if you can't tell, baby. Twink to a twunk, honey. If you look at that first video, I was twink. In this video, I'm thick. Hey, honey. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get my finishing touches, which is just adding on my lashes, and I'm gonna get in the outfit, and then you'll see the finished look of my signature look, okay? All right, and this is the final look. This is Minti Varieties, that's Minti with an I, not a Y, the freshest queen in Kansas City's signature look. How does it look? I really want to thank you all so much for, if you made it to this part of the video, for sticking in and sticking around for this process. And I'm just really excited to start making more content. I was able to do a little podcast YouTube show called Urgent Update for Drag Survivor Season 9. Drag Survivor Season 10, and it really gave me like the itch to get back into doing YouTube. And basically subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and get ready to go on this monumental trip with me, because I'm excited to show you everything and have a good time and just be the beautiful, freshest queen that I am now.